I Am Athlete.
Right.
Take me through the first creation of that.
Okay. Quickly, I talked about this before on my platform. I talked about this on my homie's platform before. I just try to sell a show, bro. My purpose in life is to bridge the gap in the mental health community through like wellness and performance, the stuff that we've been talking about, the stuff that we own, our lifestyle. And in the pandemic, I saw an opportunity. I was watching ESPN. I saw Stephen A. Smith with he had the old school AirPods in with the string. I'm like, that shit looked terrible. It sounded terrible. And I just invested $50,000 into equipment to tell a story of House of Athlete and a social team. But I also was living in this 17,000 square foot crib, and I had toilet paper. Toilet paper was hard to find, and I had water. I was living nicely. It was a vacation. I was on a resort. But I had these people that was on my team for a couple of years, and I'm like, believe in me. I'm telling y'all, follow me. We're gonna build this House of Athlete brand. And then when shit hit the fan, everybody furloughing their staff and firing people, I was like, nah, that ain't even where I come from. That ain't even like what I'm cut from. Like, I gotta stand up for my team. Right. And so I was like, how do I keep my team together through this time? And my vision was like, yo, let me go sell a show. And so, boom, Channing Crowder came to the crib, and I told the story a few times already. Channing Crowder came to the crib. This was like the time where we start feeling comfortable being around people. Right. And we had a little birthday party, and that was like the only family that we invited, right? Like Channing and I always been kind of close, or our wives, and
from your Miami days, did y'all?
From Miami days, but even like when we had the twins, they flew to Chicago, like coming to the baby shower. Like they always supported us. You know what I'm saying? Like Channing was dope, was one of my favorite teammates, and so we're sitting there, and just like how you and I are sitting in my driveway. And the kids out there on the scooters and bikes and running around. I'm like, yo, bro, you fire, you dope. Would you do a podcast with me? It's like, shit, bro, I'll do a podcast with you. And so I was like, okay, cool, say no more. The next day I jump in my golf cart, and I drive over to Fred Taylor's house. Like, this is like the Star Island of Fort Lauderdale, Broward County. Like, The Rock lives behind me, Fred Taylor, Reggie Wayne.
You're having so many subtle, we get it. You got money.
I told you, I'm borderline cocky today, okay? So boom, I jump in the golf cart, I go over to Fred T's house, this got the shirt off in the driveway. Everybody's doing their fitness thing during that time. He doing bands or whatever. I'm like, yo, bro, would you do a podcast? Like, yeah, I'll rock with you. Boom. Like, you think Reggie Wayne would do a podcast? Reggie Wayne, his house was considered the castle in the neighborhood. Big house. And he's like, yeah, Reggie, like, let's go holler at him. So then boom, I'll pull up on Reggie. Boom, say no more. In the first season, how I sat down with everybody's like, look, guys, like, I don't know nothing about this space, but we can sell this show. Showtime come along at ESPN, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. If they come along, then that time will determine what's going on with us in our business. Like, but the way I'm approaching it, 25, 25, 25, 25, basically. Cool? So that's like the first iteration of I Am Athlete. We go through season 1.
This is the inception creation this is the genesis.
That's right. I'm trying to sell it. But remember what I told him, I'm trying to sell social. I'm coming back, I'm reporting back like every couple weeks. Yo, I talked to Showtime. I talked to Raw Report. I talked to this people. I talked to that people, these people. And at the same time, remember in the pandemic, a lot of our artists, black artists, was talking about owning your IP and talking about your publishing, blah, 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 blah. And so I'm getting these conversations. I never forget the guy, the founder, the CEO of Raw Report, he's like, I love this. I'll give you guys whatever you want. And he's like, but we need to own 51% of your IP. That's what I got into the game for. Like, man, I'm just trying to sell this. I don't care nothing about this. But it just didn't sit right with me, so I passed on the deal. They're not in these meetings. They're coming twice. We got a month. We're shooting 6 hours out of a month. So we'll come the first 2 weeks of the month, we'll do 2 shows. It's about 3 hours, depending on how long it takes. Then we'll come back another 2 weeks. Boom. But every day I'm working this process.
But you're saying they are not a part of the process. Was that because of them not wanting to be a part of the process, or are you sheltering them outside of this process?
Well, I think like, I didn't even thinking about that way. Like this was like, it was like an idea that I had, and you know, I pitched it to them. They said no problem. And no, you know how we are with teammates and stuff. It's like, you know, even when we were playing, we would have like a charity event or whatever. I always felt uncomfortable asking dudes for their time. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was like, it was a blessing just to get them dudes to show up for free for 6 months out of the month, 6 hours out of the month, right? So to me, their commit was just the six hours, and I would just report back. They had other things going on. Like this was my full-time job.
Okay, now, are you getting compensated at all throughout this process?
I still haven't taken any money. I'm in the red. I'm in the negative $12 million. Like to this day, like I still haven't been paid anything. Everybody else have ate and eaten well off of this platform.